Hey man, sorry about that. Adi
Hi,
is
hi.
facing
No,
some
no,
power
it's fine.
issues taking
Yeah,
over.
it happens.
Yes, so you were saying why the Hollywood
Yeah,
Bowl was a little. Yeah.
yeah. So,
Yeah, do you want to like start over so it'll look clean when we
sure,
edit?
sure.
Yeah. So, what is this one unrealistic goal that you might have in your industry?
For me personally, it would be to maybe be a part of production in LA.
Okay, okay,
So, I mean, it would differ, right? Someone else could maybe might have the contacts, might have enough reach. But the way
okay.
I see it, for me, it's taken me 4 years to uh, get to where I am. So, and that's the thing with this industry. For someone else, it might take maybe just a year, just 6 months. But you never know because but what I know is wherever I am right now, there are thousands of people just waiting to do anything to be where I am right now.
Mm, mm,
So
mm.
and that's how competitive it is, and that's how many people just want to get in. Forget even being a part of a film or forget uh, being independent. There are
Yeah.
thousands and thousands of people in every city just wanting to be someone's assistant, and it's
Mm.
crazy. So yeah, that's why I basically
Okay.
see that as a bit
But
far-fetched
like you
right now.
mentioned, right, that now there are so many people just again. So is it hard to also retain a particular position? Do you think if you stop reinventing or if you stop maybe putting yourself out there, like how do you retain that position that you already have? And in doing so, do you sometimes compromise, maybe taking a risk that will propel you further? Do you think has that ever happened to you?
Uh, where I stand, no, because I mean, then I'm my job is to assist. Just so the reason I've joined as an assistant, or someone might join as an assistant, is to get to know the works, get to know the logistics, and to
Yeah.
learn a lot. And in that process, you don't want to hinder their uh, their speed. You need to contribute as well. So you just have to you know do a task that's assigned to you and observe and learn as well. So I mean, as far as taking risk is concerned, I don't think there's a lot of room to take risk in this space right now. But I mean, again, once you're a cinematographer of your own, yeah, then that's a different thing.
Okay. 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 So you were saying you're an assistant now. You aid them. Can you walk us through that? What a role of an assistant might look like? Because we often hear, right? Oh, I was an assistant to this person, or the first thing I did was an assistant. Then I am here. What is it that an assistant does, and especially when you're an assistant, how do you perceive it?
Okay, first of all, I'll be honest. I don't know if I'm qualified to say this because I'm quite new to this myself. It's not been
Mm-hmm.
it's been a long time since I've joined as an assistant. But whatever I've seen so far is that uh, you need to catch up quickly. You need to be Your mind needs to be alert at all times, at every second. There's this quote I read somewhere on the internet where this big filmmaker said the the first quality that you should have as a filmmaker is the ability to be able to endure 8 hours of just standing, something
Vetrimaran,
like
I
that.
think so.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah,
Vetrimaran said somewhere. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. So that was the experience I had on my first day. So I knew I knew it was physically taxing, but these are things that you don't think about, right? I mean, there's so much
Mm.
to think, and you don't think about something as basic as this. So you need to be
Correct.
able to
Yeah.
be on your legs, and you can't sit anywhere. You need to be on your legs for 12 hours a day, and your mind needs to work on overdrive. So, and so these are the most basic things that an assistant has to have. And 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 if a person lets these things get to them, or let these things get the better of them, then it's not probably for them.
Mm.
I mean, not to sound harsh, but yeah, that's
No,
how it
no,
is.
I know, I get it. No, it's like you said, it's again, it's quite insightful. You never think from that angle. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's very fundamental. Yeah. One thing I particularly want to know, right, is so this whole YouTube OTT thing, right, has been a boom for filmmakers, as in like the directors and the writers and what is considered a director in Tamil cinema, right? It's
Yeah.
been a boom for them. What about people who are in cinematography, right? You, right? Like, has it also helped you build a portfolio and propel you than propel you like than if it didn't exist, right? The traditional way of maybe going through somebody or a film institute. Uh, has this also created an opportunity for the technicians to create a portfolio and make a name for themselves in an offbeat path?
Yeah, I think the OTT has been a great thing for people, for technicians in general, not just cinematography, for every department, because again there are so many qualified people out there who are waiting to get into the film industry just to have that one film done. I mean, I know people who are like who finished their film school 10 years, 15 years back, and are just are still you still haven't had the break, or yeah. So for people like them, so what OTT basically does is create more opportunities, more jobs. So
Yeah.
you do a web series, you need to have so much of crew. You need to
Hmm.
have uh, yeah, and so new jobs are getting created, and it's a very good thing.
Okay, so that sort of extended exposure does trickle down.
Yeah,
Okay, and this is something I've always wanted to ask a technician, right? They don't usually sort of get a lot of credit or are known for. Uh, they're not the poster boys of the industries, right?
yeah.
So does that is that does that affect? I mean, them or you, really, at least you personally, does that? Do you feel like this is it? Does that affect morale by any chance?
Uh, have I thought about it? Yes, but but no, it doesn't affect me
Hmm.
because to be honest, the mind of a technician and the mind of a person in front of the screen, they're two different minds.
Okay.
You you don't work the same way. So I mean, if you, I mean, it's your world, right? So this is your world. For someone who's in front of the screen, getting those claps, getting that reaction, getting the audience to cry for you, to laugh for you, to empathize for you.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
that's their that's what that's why they perform, right?
Yeah.
And but as okay, personally as a cinematographer, you want them to be engaged with the visuals. I mean, you know that it's a subconscious thing that people don't probably, I mean, come on, I mean, how many people come out of a Rajini movie and say that visuals are amazing?
Mm.
So, but that's the thing, you know that you've played your part, and if you are true to yourself and true to the story, you would not a cinematographer or the visuals should never be more than the script. The story is always the
Mm.
that
Yeah.
it's the main thing.
Okay. Yeah, I completely agree there. And I personally think I think technicians get recognized by the right people. You know, I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing, especially if someone who wants to build a lot of fame. But the first time I noticed someone, I think first time I noticed a director, I think was maybe a little young, maybe around Endran, because Shankar was like getting really popular. But I think the first time I really understood that there are more than three people actually working on films was, I think, it was Dupaki actually, because for some reason Santosh Shivan's cinematography was just mind blowing for someone I don't know, but I don't know why. I didn't watch a lot of my exposure to world cinema was very late, so I grew up on
Oh
Tamil
yeah, me
cinema.
as well. Yeah.
So when I saw, I don't know, I think that shot that sort of mimics Taken, where they're sort of going like this, and that I think there's one shot where he's trying to torture somebody, and then there's just vehicles sort of moving there, and I'm like, why am I not just looking at the hero? I
Yeah.
think that was my first question. and then I learned that there is someone in charge of the camera. That's an actual thing that needs to be taken care of. And I think at that point you really gain appreciation for the craft as a whole, right? Okay, a movie isn't just some person saying cut
Yeah.
and action. Uh, and I think technicians definitely, you know, play a huge role in that. So I guess thank you.
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah. I mean, I guess that's one of those things that drew me towards it. Was would I rather get claps for performing, or first of all I couldn't see myself as a performer.
Mm.
It's a different thing. But what drew me towards visualization or photography for that matter is
Mhm.
yeah, it's just that impact that visuals have on your mind. When you read a book, there's an image in your mind. It's not the word that's playing. It's that image that forms in your mind, and you get that impact. So when you see the visuals on a movie, it's an impact that it has on you, and that's the high. That's the feeling that you want to create on whoever's watching. So yeah, that's why
Yeah.
cinematography does what it does. I think. Yes.
I think I agree. Yeah. 100%, man. Yeah. I think one thing I want to know from all artists is, was there ever a point where your family or friends didn't support you, or, how was that like? And, uh, yeah, what is your story there?
So yeah, I mean, obviously, I didn't get any support.
Okay.
I think the problem was that they couldn't understand. So I actually come from a family of artists,
Hmm.
but they're not professional artists. In the sense, they don't make money out of the art they do. It's all hung up around the
Mm-hmm.
house.
Okay.
So my granddad actually built his own pinhole camera back in the day.
Oh, damn. Okay.
So yeah, I
Engineer
learned
plus artist, man. Damn.
I learned exposure triangle from my granddad. The first day
Okay.
that I got a camera, we came home. He sat me down and he drew this triangle, and I had no idea why he was drawing this triangle. And he sat down and told me what the exposure triangle was.
Okay.
So, but even though they had the artists in them, they just couldn't understand how that could be a profession, and it scared them
Mm. Mm, 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 mm.
because for them education and a job related to conventional education was the way to go, and
Mm.
they just couldn't understand this. So and also they were they were frightened because I was also a bit frightened, right? Because so I was a very disinterested person when I was in school,
Okay.
most of my college life. I nothing would interest me.
Mm.
Yeah. Just an insight into my mind. I zoned out my entire school life. So for something to pique my interest, yeah, this is the first thing that
Okay.
I would listen to. I would be eager to think about or experiment on, and just do it out of my own interest and take effort. So
Mm.
and when they started seeing all that, and they slowly started getting convinced, and you know, as long as you're confident and you know you have that drive to say that this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to put all my efforts on it. I think at the end of the day, they will come around. And I'm just saying this: people, these families aren't supporting them.
Okay. Yeah, I hope so too. Yeah, and I completely understand when your family doesn't understand that you can make money out of this.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I completely understand that aspect. I relate to it a lot. Yeah, and I think we're close. We're coming sort of towards the end. But what is the one thing that you'd like to maybe uh, give insight to someone who's just starting out as a cinematographer or as a fashion photographer? What is that one thing that I wouldn't say I don't ask the question that what do you regret, because I personally think you can learn from everything. But what is the one thing that you will ask someone else to do differently?
Um, I'd probably say don't wait for opportunities to come to you. Go
Hmm.
and try every day. Do not, I mean, don't feel rejected by rejection a lot, because you will be
Okay.
rejected every day, probably twice a day. It doesn't matter. As
Hmm.
as a beginner, you need to go and you need to approach. You need to start every day with a fresh mind, and just go about it.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
I think with that other inspirational lookout, and thank you so
Yeah.
much for coming, Vedesh. We
Thank you.
appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah. So hope to have you another day, man. It'll be
Okay.
lit. Yeah. All right. Cheers, man. See you. Bye. All right. That was a really nice conversation.